I am Kent Winfield, and I'm the brand director here at Urban Farmhouse Designs. Basically, it is like a creative director on steroids. Our brand, Urban Farmhouse Design, is what my job is, how it's represented, how it looks in both copy and artwork and video and photography and signage and placement of things. Jeremy and I work directly with just the look of what Urban Farmhouse is and holding that brand and making sure it doesn't deviate. Kids' beds, by far. Kids' beds are the most fun to build. And the thing is that you build it not really necessarily for the money, but the reaction. I've never seen an ungrateful kid when they get their bed. It is probably the most enjoyable experience you can have, especially if it's for your own kids. It's like there's a little piece, a little bit more of your heart in it, and to see their reaction is so worth it. I do. I was 7 years old, I believe, or 7 or 8. I built a cat house. We had found stray cat, and my dad gave me some wood, and I built a cat house, and it had probably 700 nails in it. It was probably more like Iron Maiden for them than it was an actual house. How I even got into doing stuff for Urban Farmhouse is about 4.5 years ago. I was getting some wood for a wood project I still build. It is my release from sitting at a computer all day long. They needed a sign, and I build signs as kind of a hobby / a little extra money on the side kind of thing. And I built their first sign here, and I've built hundreds of signs. They're really fun. I enjoy them probably the most. If there wasn't a kid's bed, I'd rather be doing a sign, for sure. I do. I have 2 dogs, and I was not really a dog guy. I mean, I liked them from afar, but I never wanted my own. I wanted to travel a little bit more with my wife, and then she got excited about getting a dog, and it actually changed my whole world. I mean, our dogs, we have 2 Labradoodles, Coda and Yeti, and they're part of the family. They're our children. Definitely agree with my parents. My parents are extremely hardworking people. They had 8 children. I'm the oldest, and my dad was a school teacher, and my mother was a stay-at-home mom until my youngest brother Ryan went to school. And then she always did her flower arrangements and things like that, and she was really artistic. My dad was not. My dad was more of a intellectual, but he did construction in the summers to supplement, paying for 8 children. And he let me come out on the construction jobs, and he taught me how to do a lot of the basics: insulation, sheetrock, mudding, framing, things like that. And it was really the only time I really got to spend with my dad. He was working all the time. He had 8 kids to support. So when I got to go work with my dad, I really loved it, and I learned a lot from him. My family is the biggest influence. If you even talk about my brothers and sisters, to my father and my mother, she's gone. But my family is everything to me, and we're really close. And there's 8 of us, and there's only 9 years. There's 9 years apart between me, the oldest, and the youngest. But my family are great. They are the kind of people that they pick you up and they push you forward, and they're always there. And I cannot talk about my family without getting choked up. I have a great family. And then I have a great, married family. I have a wonderful wife, and I've got I have 5 children myself. I've got an 18-year-old, 2 15-year-olds, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old, and they are my inspiration. They are my inspiration to do cool stuff. I have a wife who is my muse, who is my inspiration every day, and so family is a big thing with me. It is everything to me. My greatest strength is instantaneous creativity. And why I say that is that it's a God-given gift. that I've always been able to come up with really good ideas in a really short amount of time. I've always been able to see things in 3D. I've always been able to look down the road and put legs on an idea so that it's not just an idea, it's an idea that can grow. And so that would be my greatest strength. Man, I've got a lot of weaknesses. My greatest weakness is probably people pleasing. It is a curse because you stop really worrying about what's important. You just start worrying about what people think of you and what they and you put other people's opinion in front of what the truth is. And so that would be my greatest weakness, and it's still a fight every day, for sure. Oh man, my candy preference, easy. It's hands down circus peanuts. I know a lot of people think they're just orange stale marshmallows, but they're the best darn stale orange marshmallows on the face of the planet. I can eat a bag, I can eat a case, and they have a great memory with me. My grandmother used to take us to this little place called the Cracker Barrel in upstate New York. And they used to have them in bins, and she would get us a handful. And we would those things would be gone before we got to the car. That's an easy question. A lot, but what's really kind of funny is when I came on here, we've got two Jesuses here. It's hard to say Jesuses. We have two Jesus here. Jeremy and myself are both kind of long-haired, bearded fellows. And yeah, we look like Jesus. It's just the whole behaving like Jesus we're working on. So probably go back till I was in, probably 9 or 10, and tell myself, always tell the truth. It is so important to always be honest, even when it's painful, and it's still a problem. And people pleasers have the biggest problem with it because they don't want people to be disappointed in them. But that's what I would tell myself, is always tell the truth, no matter who it hurts, or if it hurts you or it makes you look bad. It's better to tell the truth because there's freedom in it.